In today's session, we are going to learn about structure of C program, which is the main and basic concept in our C language. So this structure of C program is going to consist of 6 sections, which are documentation section, link section, definition section, global declaration section, main section, and subprogram section. By using these things, in general, how the structure of a C program is going to be, we can see now. See, this will be in this way. So in the documentation section, link section, definition, global declaration section, in the main section, we are going to write main function in which we are going to contain two things, declaration part and executable part. And after the main function, we are going to have the subprogram section. You can see all functions we have written like function 1 to so on up to function n. And these are the functions which are defined by the user. So that is the reason here we have given as user defined functions. Okay. And now we can see in detail what is the priority of each section. Let us move to documentation section. So in this documentation section, here the programmer is going to, is going to write what is the aim of the program, what are the concepts he has used for writing the programs. All these things he is going to mention. So the main intention of documentation section is, as the programmer is going to develop the program, he know what all he has done in the program. But the second person, when he is able to see the program, he may not be unable to understand. So that is the reason in the documentation section, we are going to write all the details regarding what is the aim of the program, what concepts we have used, and what is the main intention of using that particular concept, and everything we are going to write in descriptive so that the second person also can understand. So how we are going to write these in the documentation section? So this documentation regarding the program information is going to be written by using the comment lines. And in our C language, the comments are classified into two types: single line comment and multi-line comment. So these single line comment have been, to declare that we are going to use the double slash, whereas for declaring the multi-line comments, see, when we are going to write more descriptive, at that time it may, that particular description is going to be written in 2 or more lines. So at that time we are going to use the multi-line comment. And these are the symbols which we are going to represent for the multi-line comments. Okay. So this is about a documentation section. Once again, I repeat, the main intention of documentation section is to understand for the second person also what is the aim of the program, what are the concepts you have used, and in what way they are going to be helpful for the program. Each and everything in descriptive we are going to write it. And these things can be done by using the comments. And these comments can be single line comment or multi-line comment. So when single line comment we are using, we are going to use double slash. And when we are using the multi-line comment, we are using the symbols in this way. Okay. And now we can move to the link section. So in this link section, from the name itself, we can understand that link means something we are going to link to our program. So here, what we have written, this part of the code is used to declare all the header files that will be used in the program. So depending upon our program requirement, we are going to use the required header files. Okay, so for example, if you want to work with standard input and output functions, in our C language, we are having printf and scanf standard input and output function. So in each and every program, we are going to use that particular functions. So to use that functions, we are going to write the statement as include stdio.h. Okay, if you are going to use, for example, like mathematical functions, cos, sine, or a square root, factorial, or power, at that time we are going to write as include math.h. So we cannot say only this is the header file we are going to use. So it depends upon our requirement. If you want to do some string manipulations, we are going to include string header file. If you want to do some manipulations with mathematical functions, then we are going to approach a mathematical header file. Okay, so whenever we are using those functions, we are going to write we are going to include that header file by using the hash include. And whatever statements we are going to write by using the hash, they are said to be as preprocessor directives. So here, which is the preprocessor directive? We have written hash include stdio.h. So here, hash include is said to be as preprocessor directive. And what is the header file we are going to include our program? stdio.h. What does it mean? It stands for standard input output header file. Okay, ma? Yes, once again, I repeat, link section. So depending upon our requirement, we are going to use the header files which are present in our C library. Okay, depending upon our requirement, for example, each and every program, we are going to have input and output functions like printf and scanf. If we want to use that in our program, we are in the link section, we are going to add the statement like hash include stdio.h, where stdio means standard input output, H means it indicates as a header file. And what did I say regarding hash? Any statements which are beginning with hash, they are said to be as preprocessor directives. Not only in link section, in the next definition section also, we are going to use the preprocessor statements or preprocessor directives, we are going to say it. Okay. So this is about link section. And now moving to the definition section. The main, I said no, each and every section is having its own priority. So the priority of definition section is to declare the constants. So whatever constants we are using in our program, those are going to be declared in the definition section. So just now we have discussed regarding the link section, right? I mean the statements which are going to start with hash, they are said to be as preprocessor directives. So whatever statements we are including in link and definition section, those are going to be termed as preprocessor directives. Why? Because there we have written hash include, and here also we are going to write hash define. So the statements which we are including in our C program by using the hash, they are said to be as preprocessor directives. So mostly these statements which are beginning with hash, we are going to write in the link and definition sections. So that is the reason here we have written the link and definition sections are called as preprocessor directives. Okay, so next we can see, I mean, what is the main purpose of definition section means to declare constants. In what way we are going to declare constants? Here in example, we have written hash define pi 3.14. Okay, so in mathematical, we are having the pi value as 22/7, and when we are writing the decimal form, we are going to write 3.14. So whenever we are, I mean, we are using the pi, that is nothing but its value is 3.14. So for example, if you want to calculate area of a circle, that is pi r square. So whenever it is going to see the pi in our program, at the time hash define pi 3.14 we have written, so the compiler is going to replace the pi value with 3.14. So how many times it is there in our program? That many times the compiler is going to replace the pi value with 3.14. So that is the purpose of definition section, to declare the constants. Okay, ma? And next we can go further. After definition section, we are going to have the global declaration section. In the global, from the name global itself, you can understand that overall. Okay. So here, the main purpose of global declaration section is to declare the global variables. And not only the global variables, here we are also going to declare the user defined functions. Whatever we have written in the subprogram section, we have seen in the C structure, right? So all those functions are, we are going to declare in our global declaration section. And whatever variables we have declared in the global declaration section, they are also termed as global variables as well as the external variables. So which variable we have declared in the global declaration section, that particular variables can be used throughout the program. That is not only in the main section, but also in the user defined sections. So that is the purpose of our global variables. So, I mean, for example, you can say global variable, I have declared one global in the global declaration section, like int a I have given, and inside the main also we are having declaration part, right? There also you have given int a. Then same variable names, then how we can access the global variable inside our program. So when we are having the, I mean, same variable names for local and global, at that time to access the global variable, we are going to use the scope resolution operator. Okay, so this is the scope resolution operator. So in this way, we can differentiate the local variable and global variable when they are having the same variable name. Otherwise, if they are having the different variable names, then there is no necessity of using the scope resolution operator. The compiler can understand automatically. Okay, so this is the about global declaration section. Okay, once again, what is the main purpose of global declaration section? To declare the global variables as well as to declare the user defined functions. So these global variables are also termed as extend variable. And when we are having the same variable names for local as well as global, to differentiate that, for global variable, we are going to use the scope resolution operator. Okay, ma. Next, we can move to main section. So in this main section, see, every C program is going to contain the main function. Without main function, there is no C program. Okay, why? Because the main execution of C program is going to begin with the main function, and this main function is going to contain two parts: declaration part as well as the executable part. So in this declaration part also, like how we have declared int a in the global variable section, here also we are going to declare the variables in the main section. But these these variables which are defined within a function, they are said to be as local variables. Okay, ma. So whatever variables we have declared within a function, they are called as local variables. It might be in the main function or it might be in the user defined functions. So wherever we are declaring a variable within the function, they are said to be as local variables, and these variables can be used only within the main function. So that is the reason we are going to call them as local variables. Okay, and this local declaration part and executable part, we are going to write in the main section within the open and close curl brackets. Okay, just now we have seen the structure of C program by using these things, how it is going to be. See, here we have written now main function is going to begin with, immediately after main function, open and close parenthesis, we are going to use the curl open parenthesis, and then here we are going to use the curl closing parenthesis. Okay, so these are also said to be as like curl brackets, curl parenthesis, or flower brackets. Okay, which is comfortable to you, you can use that, ma. And you see, within this open and close parenthesis only, we are going to write the declaration part and executable part. Declaration part is nothing but where we are going to declare the variables which we are going to use in the main function, and executable part is going to contain the statements which must be executed. Okay, so what is the reason why every C program is going to contain the main function means? What is the reason, ma? The C program execution is going to begin from the main function itself. So that is the reason every C program is going to contain at least one function, that is the main function. Okay. Yes, is it clear? In this main section, once again I repeat, ma, the main section is going to contain two parts: declaration part and executable part. In the declaration part, we are going to declare the variables, and whatever variables we are declared, they are going to be used within the main function only. And those are also termed as local variables. Okay, whatever variables which are declared within any function, they are said to be as local variables. And either declaration part or executable part, both these parts we have seen now where they must be present within the open and close curl parenthesis of the main function. Okay, now we can move to the last section, that is subprogram section. So in this subprogram section, so we know that we have discussed about printf and scanf standard input and output functions. Those are said to be as built-in functions which are already present in our C library in standard input output header file, right? But here in this program, I mean, depending upon our requirement, we are going to write our own functions. Depending upon the program, the programmer is going to write his own functions that is said to be as subprogram sections. And these functions are going to be defined after the main function. And whatever functions we have defined in the subprogram section, those are going to be called in the main function. Okay, ma. So this is about our structure of C program. Okay, the structure of C program is going to consist of how many functions? 6 functions. That is documentation, link section, definition section, global declaration section, and then main section, and at last subprogram section. Okay, ma. That's all. Thank you.